Hello, good evening. So, about this month, about the last month, which was the month of May. So, the first part of May, the first 10 days, let's say, went into the making of my previous uh, monthly vlog video. And after completing the vlog, I started to try to experiment with different waking patterns in order to find the most optimum schedule for myself. So what I did in the beginning of May was something um, not the most ideal, so to say. So during those times I was sleeping very late, and because I was sleeping very late, I was naturally waking up very late. So I was sleeping at around 3 or maybe 4 a.m. on average. And as the days went by, I started to sleep at 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock in the morning, and waking up at 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, sometimes even 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So, which, as you can imagine, is a pretty bad routine sleeping pattern. So, what I thought could be good was that instead of sleeping, let's say at 5 o'clock, instead of sleeping, if I'm still awake by then, I can just go for cycling. Yes, because I like cycling and cycling is healthy in general. So I thought, well, instead of sleeping, let me go out for cycling. So that was what I did. That was somewhere in the second month of May. I went out for cycling at 5 o'clock, came back, it was very refreshing, and then did a bit of reading, and then I slept off at around 8, and I woke up pretty late, and from then onwards, my routine went downhill, and it sort of I couldn't sleep at all at night. No matter how much I tried to sleep, I couldn't sleep, and I couldn't wake myself up in the morning because of the sleepless nights. And I was thinking and I was considering that, maybe I have insomnia. So, but however, like, there was this one day, I was extremely tired because of this irregular sleeping pattern. So I slept, I was feeling a bit tired by around 10 o'clock, 10 p.m. So I slept off at 10, switched off the lights, switched off the gadgets. I slept off, and surprisingly, I woke up naturally at around 7 a.m. So which was really nice because I was waking up at that time after a very long period. So after the middle of May, after this whole incident, uh, I certainly got this idea that maybe I should talk to the college counselor, because like I am really not satisfied with this sleeping pattern. I really need to fix this, and how do I fix this? I need some professional advice. So I contacted the college counselor, and we had a pretty long and pretty serious conversation. So one of the things I asked her about was my sleeping pattern, and she recommended, first of all, she told me that what I had was not insomnia, it was just sleeplessness, and it was very common with students uh, throughout the college, throughout the university. So it was not insomnia. And second of all, she gave me a set of advice, such as turning off your lights by 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. And she sent me this relaxation video, which she told me to listen to before sleeping, and to follow the directions of this video. And she sent me some more alpha waves music for relaxation. So I followed her advice, and the first time it didn't work. So in my second session with her, I told her about this. She said, well, that is because you are probably not concentrating on the exercise, on the relaxation. So you need to relax yourself, you need to focus, concentrate on the directions being given to you and follow them. So the next night, that is what I did. I followed the directions, and it worked, which was really good. So it was around 12-minute long video, and there was a female voice who would give directions what to do. So clench your muscles and then relax. So it was basically clenching and relaxing. So that stimulated certain muscle groups, which you then actively relaxed, and in that sense your body relaxed. Subsequently, your mind also relaxed. And one of the most important things which she had recommended me was to make a routine. Now, routine is something which I know to be very effective, and is something which has to be followed if you want to make your life better. Now, the problem with me is that I have not been able to carry out my routines for more than 3 days max. So I told her, well, okay, I'll try. So I made a routine, and I didn't set some very bold expectations of me, or I set very realistic standards. So it consisted of more or less 3 hours of reading, 3 hours of study. It included exercise and 7 hours of sleep. So the first day of me making this routine, what I did was I tried to follow it. And of course, the first day you're filled with enthusiasm, so it's easy. So there was not a lot of problem. I was able to follow it through. The second day, there were some hiccups, but still, I slept on time. I woke up not on time, but I was able to catch up with the rest of the tasks of the day. And by the third day, I realized I was back in square one. I was not able. I was still sleeping on time, but I was not able to wake up on time, and I started to have this sense of vanity that it's not. What's the point of trying to do this? It's like you're just going to go back to square one. There's no point in trying to follow this. So in the following session I had with my counselor, that is what I told her. And she told me that in order for you not to have a setback, what you need to keep priorities. And she gave me a few more advice and suggestions. She suggested me that I paste some positive quotes on my wall, and I listen to the relaxation video she had sent me regularly, and that I also keep a pet fish, which would be very helpful for me to be considerate and patient, because she said a fish is a life which is wholly dependent on you, and therefore taking care of that fish, taking care of that life will change you for the better. So far I have not been able to get a fish pet because of the lockdown in Delhi, but I'm going to get it as soon as it's possible. So priorities, so that's what I did. I kept certain priorities for the day. Of course, my priorities are supposed to be currently studying and reading, because my exams are around the corner. However, it felt like it was not working out very well. So regardless, what I set as my priority then was cycling in the morning. So waking up at 7 and going for cycling for around 1 hour, and then returning and carrying on with the day. cycling was more or less routine for me, and I had been able to cycle consecutively for around 3-4 days in the week. And I also started to exercise. I had already made a exercise chart for myself, which I had made way back in last year, but which I couldn't make a routine out of. So this time I decided to follow those same exercises, and so far I've been doing them regularly. And the other thing which my counselor had suggested me was to make a chart, make a timetable where I put a tick mark on the tasks which I have done, for positive reinforcement. So I took my time, I made a chart, I made a timetable with blanks, with square boxes. And as and when I would complete my tasks, I would tick them out, and that's what I did. And the first week of this routine has not been exemplary, but I have made some good progress. As for this month, usually our exams are supposed to end by the last week of May. All university exams in Delhi University are supposed to be done with. However, because of the lockdown and the pandemic, the government had decided to shift the dates to next month, that is June, this month. And therefore, since we did not have a convocation, an official farewell for our batch 2021, what we did get instead of the official convocation was farewell by the different societies we were part of. So I was invited for 3 farewells, which was the Music Society, the Northeast Society, and the Poetry Society. The Music Society, there were some hiccups. They did not send me a link, which is why I couldn't join. But the Northeast Society, I joined the farewell. It was very heartwarming, and it felt really good to be appreciated. And the Poetry Society was also very good. I am really glad and thankful to my juniors for organizing that farewell. In fact, this society was a very closely knit society, very few members. But over the years, in my second year and then in my third year, I have been able to make some good rapport with my juniors, with my peers, and in that way, the society started to mean something more than just a regular society. And it was a pleasant experience, especially the fact that you're spending time together, you're saying your goodbyes, you're sharing your memories, and a lot of positive vibes. May ended with that note. So as compared to the last month, to the month of April, I have made some progress with regards to my lifestyle. I have been able to make a routine, and the first week of which I have successfully completed. And now moving on to the second week, I'm inching every bit closer to my examinations, for which I am preparing currently. So yes, that concludes this month's vlog. Have a good day. Bye.